Hi, my name is Robbin Miller. I am the host of Miller Chat. My son EJ and I are doing a holiday show today. So we're going to break it up to different pieces. And then when it gets all edited, you'll get a nice holiday program of Hanukkah and Christmas for 2021. I'm going to start off by reading The Elf on the Shelf. And this is our elf. So I'm going to read you the story. The Elf on the Shelf Christmas Tradition by Carol V. Episode and Shonda A. Bell, illustrated by Chloe Steinwart. Do you have the elf on the shelf at home? Have you ever wondered how Santa could know if you're naughty or nice each year as you grow? For hundreds of years, it's been a big secret. It now could be shared if you promise to keep it. Here we go. Woohoo! It is Santa! Next page. At holiday time, Santa sends me to you. I watch and report all that you do. My job's an assignment for Santa himself. I am his helper, a friendly scout elf. Yummy! Doesn't this look yummy? First time I come to the place you call home, you quickly must give me a name of my own. Once you are finished, my mission can start. What will you call me, Markle or Zot? Will it be Fodle, Incredible, or Clyde? Frisbee's cute too, but you must decide. Here's all the different names for the elf on the shelf. Each night while you're sleeping to Santa, I fly to the North Pole right through the dark sky. Of course, Christmas magic helps me to be quick. I laugh with my friends and report to Saint Nick. That's my elf son giving me the elf on the shelf. Let me show you a picture. Woohoo! I tell him if you've been good or been bad. The news of the day makes me happy or sad. A push or a shove, I'll report to the boss. But small will be not a loss. Here we are for this page. Now the next page. Danger, thin ice, no skating. In the car, at the park, or even at school, the word will get out if you broke a rule. I'll be back at home before you awake, and then you must find a new spot I will take. You'll jump out of bed and come running to see who'll be the first to spy little old me. Here's my spy on the side, putting the elf on the shelf behind me. Maybe the kitchen, the bathroom, or den is where you will find me. Your special old friend. I can hide on a plan, a shelf, or a frame. Where will I be? Let's make it a game. Is it really necessary to put the elf in the bathroom? There's only one rule that you have to follow. So I will come back and be here tomorrow. Please do not touch me, my magic might go, and Santa won't hear all I've seen or known. I won't get to tell him that you said your prayers or helped bake cookies or cleaned off the stairs. How will he know how good you've been? He may start to think you forgot about him. I can't speak to you, so says Santa Claus. All of us elves have to follow his laws. I'll listen to you. Tell me your wishes. Would you like a game or some tiny toy dishes? The gleam in my eye and the bright little smile shows you I'm listening and noting your file. Final decision. With Santa Claus now rest. What do you think? Will you get your request? The night before Christmas, my job's at end. The rest of the year with Santa I'll spend. Okay. So blow me a kiss and bid me farewell. I'll fly away when I hear Santa's bell. Of course I will miss you, but wait till next year. When the holidays come, I again reappear. Until then, I wish every girl and each boy at Christmas a peace and a year full of joy. This tradition began for the Robbin Miller family on 12/17/18. 2018, we welcome ourselves by choosing the name Leo. So that was Elf on the Show. Yay! Okay, so now we go to the next episode of the show. EJ will show you his gingerbread house, and then I will read you a Hanukkah story. Bye-bye! Welcome back. My son, EJ Miller, 7th grader, will talk to you about making a gingerbread house. All right, buddy, go ahead. You're on. So, EJ is now opening up all the pieces. I've never made a gingerbread house. It's just not something I do. I've never done because basically for kids, it's a lot of sugar. So, since it's for them and not for adults, we figure let them have their fun. Now I'm going to wash my hands to help my son. Okay, buddy. Let's start here. Can you show what you're doing? What are you first doing?
First, we're putting the cream in here.
Okay, and move up the camera. Show them what you're doing. You're putting the icing in the base of the gingerbread house. Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so how are we doing on the icing on the foundation? So now you spread it apart? Is that what you do?
Yeah, you massage it.
Okay, now you massage it. Okay. All right. So now that you want to show what you did when you're done?
Sure.
That's like the glue. Is that like the glue to hold all the pieces together?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get your paper towel. All right, so now let's show what you did. If you could see it. Now you got the frosting at the base. Next step. Step number 2. And of course, this is what we're using. And the directions are on the back. Okay, show what you got. What's next?
Step number 2. You have to gently break apart the side panels and detach chimney from the front panel. Lay out the gingerbread house pieces on a table on reverse left side and back panels on the house. Along the edge, ice a thick line of icing.
All right. So now you're taking a piece of the house, right? Can you show them? And what are you doing? Put icing on it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's like the glue. Now he's putting icing on the side of the house. Okay. So now EJ's going to do the next house. Okay. So on the gingerbread house, let me show them what you have. Okay. So this is what you have. The back of the house. You have the frosting up, over, and down. Okay. And we're frosting another piece. Now you put it on the piece of the house. Okay. There we go. Okay, show them what you have so far. Now we have two sides here. You want to move over to the side? There we go. I hope you could see it. Okay, here we are. And we'll put it on the other side of the house. Okay, natural builder for EJ. So excellent Lego builder. All right, EJ. Woo-hoo. As you hopefully can hear, we have some nice holiday music. We're a mixed faith family. So EJ gets to celebrate Hanukkah and Christmas. Okay, what's next? Can we show them what you have so far? Let's bring it on over. Not yet? Okay. So now you gotta let it dry. Okay. Now, when you get a gingerbread house, you don't have to get the minions. You can just get an ordinary gingerbread house somewhere. Definitely much cheaper. But for kids like to have all these different types of gingerbread houses. Okay, now we're doing the roof, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so now we got the side of the roof. All right. Okay. One side of the house, right, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, have another paper towel. Okay, now we're doing the other side, I guess, of the back, or the top. And then afterward, we're gonna decorate with a lot of these refrigerator jigs. Guess this. I don't know what this is, but EJ knows. Then we have this. And of course, you could decorate it with chips or raisins, anything that floats your boat, anything that makes you happy. All right. All right. EJ, when you're done, you can show the remaining touches. So now he's just putting frosting, I guess, the glue to put the two pieces of the house on top together, the roof. Okay, master builder. Okay, should we bring it over? Or do you think?
No. You gotta wait for it to dry.
Okay, I can bring the camera over.
No.
So that's what it looks like. Now you gotta wait for it to dry. Well, we're back after the gingerbread house. Dry, the frosting acting as the glue to put all those pieces together. It takes a while. It's like cementing something or gluing something. So now EJ is going to decorate it. You ready? Okay.
There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases of long ago. So throwing and hearts will
On the gingerbread house.
Stuff,
Candy?
I guess.
Those little circular candies?
Yeah.
Yum yum. And of course, you could use other things, like I mentioned before, raisins and graham cracker crumbs, chocolate chip morsels, blueberries. You can make it a healthy cake. Some strawberries on it too. So it's an opportunity to be creative.
thanks to the string of rocks that make it glow. But I want to thank you, baby.
He's getting a head start by having some of those candy things. All right, so now we put a few little small kind of candy bits on it.
Thank you, baby. You make it feel like Christmas.
And now we're going to put on minions. Let's see who we have for the minions. There's one, if you can see it. Another one. I don't know who they are. I don't remember who their names are. Another one. Sure, they're nice and sweet, and kids can't wait to eat them. And of course, make sure your hands are clean. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to come back after EJ puts the minions around the house. Right back after this. Welcome back. Now EJ's going to show off his gingerbread house. All right, so what do we got here? We got a genuine gingerbread house, don't we? Showing all of the features? Huh? All the hard work you put into that? Huh? Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have a beautiful gingerbread house. You can get it anywhere. You don't have to get the minion. You can get your own plain pieces and choose your own decoration or make it homemade. Whatever you feel you need to do. Okay, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we are now doing the official taste test. All right, EJ, what do you got?
Part of the chimney broken in half.
Okay, so now I'm also gonna try it?
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. How does it taste? Do you taste the ginger, the sweetness emanating through your mouth? Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want me to try it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Mmm. Let me see. It definitely tastes like ginger. I can definitely taste that sweetness. Mmm. Wow. Mmm. All right. Give me a high five.
Now we're gonna do a minion taste test.
Now we're gonna do a minion test. All right. Boy, I'm not gonna be able to eat my dinner. Okay, now you go first. How does it taste? Okay, so now I'm gonna have a piece of the minions. Mm. It's a little sweet. It's like sugar bread. You know, the frosting really tastes good. Is there anything else you want to bring up before we say goodnight?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Gingerbread. We'll come back now with another uh, chapter on Hanukkah. Bye bye.
Hi, my name is Robbin Miller. I am back to read you a Hanukkah story from the Chicken Soup for the Soul, for the Jewish Soul. It is by Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Ensign, and Rabbi Doe Perez Beckman. So I'm going to read you the Pretzel Lady Hanukkah. Those wonderful little people who sold those huge salty pretzels every school near every school were very much a part of the New York long past. I remember the lady who sold pretzels near our school in the Bronx. Regardless of the weather, this sweet little old woman stood on the corner with her basket of pretzels trying to earn her way. Our pretzel seller looked like someone's grandmother. She had the most beautiful silver gray hair I've ever seen, and her small round face, almost like a cherub, was always a bright red in the freezing winter months. I'll never forget the year we were finishing up school on the last day before winter vacation. It also happened on right on the first night of Hanukkah. The air was brisk, and the flakes fell, tickling our nose and ears. We walked toward the corner. There she was. We've always saved our 2 cents for a stop to the Pretzel Lady. It was like a ritual. The pretzels were covered with white sheet of paper to protect them from the weather. The old lady had a scarf covering her head with a knot tied neatly beneath her chin. She wore a heavy sweater with a shawl covering her shoulders. On this day, we made our usual stop. She smiled warmly as we approached and said, "I've saved the warm ones for you. I have wrapped them in paper. I know you like pretzels warm." We felt so proud getting this VIP treatment. After we made our purchase, she said softly, "Have a wonderful, happy Hanukkah, children. Rest warm, stay healthy, don't get sick from the snow." As we walked away, my little brother Beryl commented sadly between chomps on his pretzel, "She must be a pretty poor lady." "I guess so," I added, chewing away as the snow continued to come down with a full fury. Beryl was concerned. "Do you think she made enough money today selling pretzels to buy candles for a Hanukkah menorah?" he questioned. "Gee, I don't know." I sighed, getting a little more concerned. "Mama's got an extra box," he volunteered. "I'll run home and get the candles. You go back and tell her to wait for me." He began to run to our house. We ran to the corner where she sold pretzels, but she was gone. I looked around and saw her trudging through the snow about a block away, lugging her heavy basket of unsold pretzels. She continued for about 3 more blocks and then turned into an alley between two old apartment houses. By the time I reached the alley, she was gone, but there were fresh tracks in the snow that led to one small door in the basement section of one of the buildings. I looked in a window, and sure enough, there she was. There was a bare wooden table on one side of the small room and 2 orange crates she used for chairs in another corner. Near the broken down sink were 2 little gas burners, put on one burner. On her table was a small, inexpensive Hanukkah menorah. I started to walk back to the street to find Beryl. By the time I reached the school, Beryl was standing on the corner. "Where'd you go?" he shouted. "I thought you ran out on me." I explained what had happened and reassured him that I knew where she lived. We began to run back to the alleyway. We got to knock on the door, but there was no answer. We knocked a little harder, but still no answer. Beryl ran to the windows and shouted, "She's lying on the floor!" I ran to the window and could see her stretched out near the sink. We tried to open the door, but it was locked, so we ran out in the street to get help. But just then a man was passing by. We told him what we saw, and he followed us into the alley and looked through the window. He tried the door with all his might. He broke the door down. We ran into the apartment. Everything smelled from gas. He shouted, "Quick, open the window!" We ran to the stove and shut off the jet. The pot of the coffee had been boiling, had run over and put out the flame, but the gas continued to flow. The man dragged the old lady towards the door for fresh air. He began slapping her face, and suddenly she started to come to. In a few minutes she was able to sit up, and she asked what happened. When the man explained, she started to smile and offered us a free pretzel. So she had recognized us. The gas fumes were cleared out, and we closed the window. Beryl took out the package of Hanukkah candles and told her we had an extra box and thought she might need some. She smiled warmly and said she wanted to pay us for the candles and pretzels. Beryl had put away 3 pretzels thus far, so we politely refused. She put 2 candles in the Hanukkah holder that was set on the table. She said a prayer and lit the candles. As the warm glow filled the room, the man noticed a very old book on the shelf. He picked it up and looked at it consciously. Most of the pages were frayed and the binding was gone. It looked like junk. As he began looking through the book, she said, "Oh, that's an old book. Old like me, worthless." The man continued to look at the book, then said, "Would you like to sell me this book? I'm a book dealer. I sell old books, and I'll be happy to give you $200 for this book." The woman looked at him with disbelief. "It's an old book. Do you think it has any value?" "Will you sell it to me?" the man asked again. "Let me give it to you. After all, you saved my life," she said. "Oh, no, that would not be fair. You would be taking away my mitzvah," he retorted as he put his hand in his pocket and pulled out a handful of bills. Counted out $200, handed it to her, and then gave my brother and me $5 each. "This is my Hanukkah gift to you boys for being so alert and thoughtful." We walked from the house together as the snow continued to fall. The man said he was late and ran off ahead of us. We watched as he moved through the snow swiftly. When he reached the corner, he passed a garbage can, paused for a second, and then threw the old book into the can and continued on his way. It was then we realized that he did not want the book, but wanted to do something for that little old woman without embarrassing her. We never did see that man again, even though we were certain he lived in the neighborhood. We never knew who he was, but certainly made that old lady happy on that Hanukkah. From author Arnold Fine, submitted by Beverly Merson. Who was that guy? Was he an angel? Who knows? But the whole point of Hanukkah is about miracles, of overcoming obstacles, and people in Hanukkah tend to do mitzvahs by doing good for others. So that is from The Chicken Soup for the Soul by Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, and Rabbi Doe Perez Elskins. Well, this has been another episode of Miller's Shadow Holiday Tradition. Happy holidays, everyone. Bye bye.